Let's take a gander. Steak. Hey, I never even would have noticed that. What the fuck? Huh? What in the world is this? And the fucking steak. It does. Like, I never would have noticed it, but you make a good point. If you were cutting a steak, it wouldn't look like... That implies that someone was just picking up the steak and taking bites out of it, which is hilarious to me. I think it's a Koban coin. And the hallmark is from the Hoi era, I believe. No, I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing there? Oh, the one guy, the old guy, the antiques guy, he lost a coin. Does that mean this is the other guy's stake? Why didn't we just have him bring both the stakes? That's so dumb. Wait, did you say it was a Hoei Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. This isn't the first time today there's been talk of a Hoei Koban. Taking bites out of it. I think this is actually the sergeant's steak. Because he said he took both of them. Again, why wouldn't you just bring both steaks? He clearly got the steaks mixed up. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bouillon and bouillon. Oh my god, stop. I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means... it's the other steak. I certainly never expected to find a precious coin underneath this thick cut of meat. And it's from the Hoei era, too. That would make it really quite valuable. And it's well marinated in the juices as well. Look. What, are you thinking of eating it? Oh no, but the next time I order a steak in an expensive restaurant, one thing's for sure. My heart's gonna be racing as I lift up the meat and peer underneath for a prize. Okay, you're stupid. I think you might have the wrong end of the stick about this, Ryunosuke. Koban coin underneath the steak. There's only one logical explanation. Indeed. We got the wrong steak. This is it now. I've lost. Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. Not until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what. Get your face off the desk, my man. Believe in myself. Really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence for myself. I did, and I discovered it was not the right steak. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, I presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. You've been wrong so many times today, buddy. Does the defense have any objection? The bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this plate of steak reveal any other clues at all? There's another clue. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak. What can I say? Beefsteak's fucking... it's good shit. Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. You're not in charge here, bitch. And also, again, we're not gonna talk about the fact that she destroyed the evidence! Intentionally, clearly intentionally, no! Really? I will not give a ruling until I'm completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court what you are alluding. Where precisely on this plate of beefsteak is the new clue to be found? Under the steak. Under the steak.
Got it.
No. No, Counsel, I'm afraid that won't do. It was ambiguous at best. Oh, God. So, okay, so do I have to, like... It's under the steak. Turn mistake over and over. Yeah, no shit. I got it. How do I open the... Oh, I was supposed to press... Okay. Huh? What in the world? Yeah, I know! We did this already! Okay. So I was just supposed to do this in the present section. I didn't... Whatever. I got it. There it is. Under the... Good gracious, that's... fucking great, man. Yeah. Damn simp! Oh my god, he is. This is unbelievable. A Koban? What on earth? A Hoera one at that. Miss Brett. This is in fact the steak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, isn't? Tell me. Why is there an old coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? No, you! What a ridiculous question. How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it. I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could simply have been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction. Objection! Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the kitchen? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. This can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel? A rare Hoei Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak? If this turns out to be irrelevant to the case, I'll give up my lawyer job right now. By all means, don't let us stop you. No one invited you anyway. Seriously. Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it is you who is irrelevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here? The point is, it's essential that we ask the owner of this coin if he can explain what it's doing under that steak. The owner? Yes, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the Koban that was found underneath the beefsteak is... Curio Korakuta. Take that! Take that. Obviously, it can only be the antiques dealer and owner of Rasute, Curio Korakuta-san. Yori, as in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. Christ. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier alongside the military sergeant, correct? Yes, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with his Koban coin when it happened. At exactly the moment the gun was fired. Yeah, he was trying to sell it to the guy, and he disappeared. He was looking for it. Gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoei Koban, my prize coin. Then this Hoei Koban, do you mean to tell me? No. Please, why would Korakuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's beefsteak and its plate? It makes no sense. Yes. Which is why I'm asking to bring Korakuta-san back to the witness stand, so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here. Without a moment's delay. Oh my god. I can't believe we've come back round to that pair again. But I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in the case. We're really just moving past the entire bottle thing. Really! We're not gonna talk about it anymore. We're not gonna talk about the fact that she broke evidence in a courtroom. I'm I'm like exhausted from laughing at it. What the fuck?
What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Ido? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves. Exploited by police we were, like miserable dogs forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom, myself, I became a ruined man in a trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more have I to say. The sun has set on this Rasute shop owner's existence.
Okay. Calm down, diva. Be that as it may, Korokuta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasute memory serves, have you ever—
What? Yes, that's the one. The very exact one that it is. The splendiferous Hoei treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that fateful day. It can't be.
As I thought. Silliness. I mean, listen, again, I cannot stress enough. Yes, I can, like, suspend my disbelief for so much in this series. I don't know why the bottle thing is like, so difficult for me to do. I can't, it's unbelievable. We're not gonna even talk about it anymore. It's over. She literally said, "Shh. What evidence?" How do you, what?
Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool, put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. We found your coin sandwiched between a beefsteak and its plate, soaking in the seasoned meat's juices.
Sandwiched? Soaking? Seriously?
Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose.
Somebody concealed my Hoei treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate. Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable thing?
Spirit of the Series, to agree. I mean, I guess it's like, I feel like something like that happened, but I feel like it's the most egregious thing I've ever seen, right? Like, normally they're a little more sneaky about it. I just can't get over how brazen it is. Like, shh, what evidence, bitch? Like, the one you just broke. What are you talking about? Okay. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yes, of course. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. I mentioned this earlier on in the trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case.
Yes, that's right. The secret undercover operation.
La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similarly executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you were sent in undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of waiter in the restaurant in order to flush out the criminal. It seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there was a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. That place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Korokuta-san's Koban is all too clear.
What?
What? I don't know, I forgot his voice for a second. I think this court would like to hear the defense's view on the matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Korikuta-san's koban and hid it under the stake? I mean, the only other person with a fucking stake.
Take that!
Take that. Obviously, can only be you. Sergeant Iesa Nosa. How? How dare you? You monster! Monster? I stole that koban, did I? I'm the master thief of Le Carnival, am I? You're seriously accusing me of those crimes, cadet? But it wasn't me. It was Ido. Ido was the mastermind behind all this. Wow, you called it. You fucking called it. I think last one of these streams, you actually called it. Ido was the mastermind behind all this. What? Huh? Nani? You would push the blame for your crimes onto your own son? An innocent little baby? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. What? Wow! Clippity clop! Oh my god. Oh my god. He's getting bodied by this baby. Nippon Imperial Army, Sergeant Iesa Nosa, preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. What in the fuck? Oh my god. Call the baby to be the mastermind, and you're actually correct, right? Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remains in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. And all I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you were stealing things at the restaurant. The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days I'd go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time. It sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable. So he really was just... Oh my god. And your target that day was the old man and his koban. Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. A veritable phantom thief you are. We never saw you coming. I was all set to leave the steak. I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that if the police conducted a search and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. Ido too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could, on the double. I slipped it under the stake, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. Joker's... No, he gives me more Ryuji vibes, if I'm being honest. Dear Lord. This is ridiculous. Who said that, and why are they the most correct person in the room? Oh, never mind. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time. Well, Miss Brett? No, of course, dear lady, of course! How rude of us! Oh my god! Someone get him out of here. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all. But that's not your call, is it, motherfucker? May the esteemed gentlewoman please be excused, your excellency. Indeed. What do you mean we just proved that wasn't her steak? That, like, literally... What are you talking about? Hosonaga, go get the other fucking steak, you clod! You fucking boob! Indeed. Theft of the Koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. It would certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson's murder. Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense, is it? Well... And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. I really want a steak now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm really hungry for steak. Very well. Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave. No! What the fuck are you talking about, buddy? Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. No. And good day. No. 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 That face, I feel like that face would make such a great profile picture, just like that, like, huh? He looks high as fuck. Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? This is no time for daydreaming. Oh, no, it's just... something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there was a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. If that's the case, don't just stand there thinking. Make your voice be heard. Sorry? You can think later, but if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. The trial will be over.
Hold it!
Hey. Wait, Miss Brett. What is it now? I'm afraid, just one last time, there's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your parting words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Attention!
What new student nonsense is this? Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke? Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. As for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Yes, I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. I'm going to need to see evidence, Counsel. If Miss Brett's words are truly contradictory, where's the evidence to prove it? I mean, is that really what we're going with? Like, I guess that is are we saying this isn't her steak because it has bites taken out of it instead of a knife and fork, rather than the fact that it had the coin under it, which better proves that it's the other guy's steak? But no, I guess the fact that there's bites taken out of it is what proves it. Sure.
Take that!
The steak that Miss Brett had been eating before the professor was killed, yes. Go on. More accurately, Your Excellency. The steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. Oh, she swapped them. He didn't bring the wrong steak. She swapped them. Now you're just splitting hairs. Okay. That makes a little... Okay. Yeah. Not true. Doesn't something about the steak strike you as very unnatural? Like, I feel like we already proved that it was his steak because of the coin, right? Like, why do we also need the... Whatever. I'm moving on. I can't. Unnatural? What on earth do you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I like how... It was also pointed out that the bite marks before this even became, like, relevant. He pointed out the bite marks. I see you noticed it too, Miss Brett. Noticed what exactly, Counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork.
Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself.
Then take a good look at this steak. In particular, the edge where it's been eaten. This isn't really... Listen, I get what you're saying, but also just pointing things out. Not, you know, just saying what comes to my brain. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks there. Oh. Ah! It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witness, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all. Also, the fucking coin underneath it! Why are we not talking about the coin? Like, that's the main thing.
But what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry. No, whatever you say, dear lady.
As I said, I really must be leaving now. You ain't going nowhere, bitch. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer.
Of course. This will be over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this rookie in his place.
I've heard enough. Your irritating little spectacled samurai relic. You really.
No, of course, dear lady.
What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Into his prison. Seriously, this chick should already be in prison. Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implications these teeth marks in the steak have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? Yes. Now, at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in a steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain I know I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. And most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. I feel like we proved this an hour ago. I accept these teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, counsel. But what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? Everything, Your Excellency.
Everything?
Yes, I believe that these barbaric teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson. Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase. Typical Japanese empty threats. How can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet.
Hasn't been... what?
But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist.
This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be. I don't believe you have it.
I don't, but there's someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. Again, I ask, why did they not just have him bring both the steaks in the first place? And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, what? It will solve every remaining mystery about this case. Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence that will reveal the truth about this whole affair? This motherfucker. Worst detective ever, of course. The answer's obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga. What? I have it? Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous. No. I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this steak with the teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting to stealing Korakuta-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak. It's true. I can suspend my disbelief for most of this. Something about the bottle still just drives me nuts.
You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer.
Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak that you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak?
No fucking shit!
Sorry.
Attention? Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it.
God, that phrasing. In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal.
Objection!
Sergeant No Shit.
But that makes no sense. The plate was taken from the victim's table.
Objection!
Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. I'm no thief, I'm only a murderer. Well then, how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over?
No, she did. What the fuck? Oh, he did? Oh, never mind. I'm way off.
You did switch the plates?
Well, after it happened. Oh, wow. He did. Okay, so never mind. Never mind. I'm dumb. Never mind. When I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. Then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I'd had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. Okay, okay, fair enough. I suppose that makes sense. I thought she switched it because she saw the blood on the plate, but okay. Sure. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table. So much for not manhandling her meal. What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done.
Unbelievable!
Are known for colonization, stealing artifacts. Yeah, indeed. However, fear not, Prosecutor-san.
What now?
I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform. That's all I did, sir.
No, you did. That's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes!
So, if Sergeant Nosa switched the plates over, it means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. Again, so much would have been solved if he had just brought both steaks. Like, my God. That to preserve evidence, he had taken both.
Yeah.
Huh? That's correct. Then please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
Shut up!
Yo, what is this? What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat? It can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
Objection!
No, you're not wriggling your way out of it this time, lady.
You hit her with that lady!
I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why this steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you, no? You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something that the defendant remembers seeing. Thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Mr. Wilson, there was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. Now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett.
I want him to bring in the plate, and she grabs it and throws it out the window. What plate? I don't know what you're talking about. Let us not prolong this any further, Inspector. You will show the evidence to the court. Present the beefsteak and the plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, there it is. I already see it.
Sorry for keeping you. Here is the other steak and its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. Blood stain. Blood stain. It's clearly visible. Look.
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim.
Ah! It can't be.
In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. It's you!
Oh no, the bird died! Rip the bird.
Outdone by a Japanese? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No, no, no!
Yo, bird! Bird tank! Oh my god, please tell me she flies away. Oh my god, what the fuck? Whee! Oh my god, I love these. Are you fucking serious? Oh my god, I love these. Final hit. Grab the steak and start banging it. Or that. Oh my god.
Please excuse my literal ascent to heaven. My little outburst. I briefly lost my composure.
Can we talk about how there's a live swan on her fucking hat? No one's gonna...
Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me.
Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth this time.
Gladly, Your Excellency.